Okay, guys, I figured it out. Okay, now I understand why Barack Obama did not endorse Jasmine the Ghetto Crockett. I had some false memories, but now that I'm looking over all these old clips, now I understand what the deal is, and I'm going to share with you the exact reason why Barack Obama skipped over her and why she didn't get that endorsement. Now, Kamala, she did decide to endorse Jasmine Crockett. Crockett, they've got Crockett. But it didn't help. It did not help. So now she's blaming the Republicans for losing and claiming they were disenfranchised and all this stuff because of the stuff that went down in Dallas County, which is interesting because the Republicans wanted her to win because they wanted to have fun in the election, knowing that she wasn't going to win in a runoff, face-off with primary against the Republican, okay? Or I'm not sorry, in the main election. This was a primary that she just lost. So I've got some stuff queued up I want to check out, and then we'll just work up to it and show you my discovery of why Barack Hussein Obama did not choose to endorse Jasmine the Ghetto Ratchet Crockett. So I'm going to show you all of that. Let me get the window here so we can watch some funny clips. And like I said, I'm just having fun here. This is not rehearsed or anything like that, but we got to start with this because tell me what you think of this after the fact. Now that she has lost, do you think this was a bright idea? Jasmine, why did you do this? Why did you think that this was the way you kick off? You kick off your campaign. Now let's watch it and see how it hits after the fact, after we know that she lost the election. Here we go.
How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her?
She's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett. They're in big trouble.
But you have this woman, Crockett. She's a very low IQ person.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. Crockett. Oh, man, oh, man.
She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Now they're going to rely on Crockett. Crockett's going to bring them back.
Oh my gosh, Crockett's gonna bring him back. That was, oh God, Jasmine, what in the world? So you take Donald Trump talking about how dumb you are, and then you try to make it into this, I guess it's supposed to be this transforming moment where you're overcoming the bully and you use the words against him. But it would only work if you actually won. Now that you lost, it's kind of like what he's saying is true. I don't know. Okay, now let's get to these other clips for you. Let me see what I've got here. We'll go to the other issue. So, by the way, let's check this out. Here's Barack Hussein Obama talking about the little white boy, Mr. Talerico, where he doesn't even pronounce his name right. Let's watch this clip.
There's this young state rep, James Talerico, who was on there a while back out of Texas.
Oh, that guy's good, right?
He's terrific. A really talented young man. And it does require a certain confidence in your actual convictions to debate and have a conversation with somebody who disagrees with you on a whole bunch of stuff.
What makes him so good, though? Because there is something grounded about him that you had it too.
You know what? So in our foundation, a lot of the work that I do is working with young civic leaders, political leaders, journalists, human rights lawyers, not just here in the United States, but around the world. And one of the first things I say to them is, know what you really believe.
Right.
I think a guy like him, his starting point is, let me say what I believe. I think now more than ever, what people long for, and the word authenticity gets overused, I think. What people long for is some core integrity.
Okay, I can't take any more of that. Whatever, Obama. He's just talking a bunch of crap. Talerico, or Tarico as he called him, and Jasmine Crockett, they've got Crockett. They're practically identical on every issue, so I don't know what the hell Barack Obama is talking about here. Where, this is what the people want. They just want somebody who stands up for what they believe in. Anyway, that was interesting. So now let's go on to the next video here, where I thought I was getting all this evidence to hold it against Barack Obama, and then when I got to the one that was supposed to be the high point of the whole deal, I found out I was wrong. And you're going to see that when I build up to it. But then we go to this one. So this is back when he was endorsing Spanberger. Let's just watch a little bit of it.
Catch you up this morning. We've learned former President Barack Obama will be campaigning with Spanberger in Norfolk on November 1st.
Last week, you'll recall, he endorsed Spanberger for governor, saying that she will work to build an economy that works for everyone, not just big corporations and the wealthy, he said. We don't have the exact details at this moment in time about the event, but of course, once their team shares that information with us, we will pass it along to you.
And turning to the Republican side of the ticket, when asked about the governor's race here in Virginia over the weekend, President Trump said he supports, quote, the Republican candidate, but never mentioned Earl Sears, the lieutenant governor, by name. Take a listen.
Well, I think the Republican candidate is very good, and I think she should win, because the Democrat candidate's a disaster. And I think
Okay, so I thought that was my second bit of evidence there, where you had Barack Hussein Obama not choosing the black woman. Because as I was going to put together this video, the thesis statement was Barack Obama violated his own rule that you always support the black woman. But I was wrong. So here's the clip where I found out where I corrected myself. Barack corrected me. Goes back to this video where I had a false memory. And in this video, we're going to find out what the real rule is, okay, that Barack Obama has, which is why my whole thesis statement that he didn't support the ratchet ghetto Jasmine Crockett broke his rule. But it didn't. So let's watch some of this, and I'm going to zip through a little bit of it. We'll just get a little bit, catch the high points, and then we're going to get to the point in this video where you're going to see where I was wrong. All right, let's roll it.
Go ahead and just speak some truths, if you don't mind. Yes. Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody and you're thinking about sitting out, but, cousin Pookie might be. And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. Because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that.
Okay, Pookie, that's enough of that. We got the point there. We don't need to hear him drone on and on throughout the rest of that speech. But there you have it, right there. I had the false memory. I thought he said you have a problem with a black woman, even though Kamala is not black. She ain't a shred, not a lick of black. Okay, so he said you all have a problem with voting for a woman. So then it makes sense, because when you roll it back, that's why he was supporting Spanberger over Earl Sears Winsome or whatever, Winsome Earl Sears, because he was still supporting a woman. Okay, that's why it was okay for him to, who was the next one? It was Winsome Sears. Well, Talerico, he's kind of a little sissified little fella. He's as close to a woman as it could probably be, because he says God is by whatever. You know, with the drill. You probably heard all of his speeches. So he's probably girly enough where Barack Obama can support him, because it's like supporting a woman. But it does not violate the rule that you have to support the black woman. It's just woman alone. Well, whatever the case, he supports whoever he wants, and he justifies it and makes it fit and make it convenient no matter what the situation is. So there's no rock solid rule for Barack Hussein Obama where he says you got to support the black candidate. It's not about being black, because you know what? Fact is, Barack Obama is not black either. Yeah, I said it. Okay, he's not. He's not. Like, I'm FBA. I consider black as African American, well, really foundational black American. I don't like to even put African in there. I come from the roots of the black community, born out of slavery, born, raised, and made in the USA. I have a made in the USA stamp on my soul. I'm black, made in the USA. You know how like they make Toyotas in Japan, Canada, and the USA? So my VIN number says made in the USA. Barack Obama is not. His VIN says made in Africa, and his mom is white. That part was made in the USA, but it ain't black. His blackness then says made in Uganda somewhere. I forgot wherever the hell he grew up, but it ain't here. All right. So he doesn't have any allegiance, and he didn't have any reason to support ghetto Jasmine Crockett. And I tell you what do you think about this? Here's the question I want to ask you. Barack Hussein Obama, one thing I like about him is he's very well spoken, and he'll be silly and say Pookie. He might talk about Pookie and the brothers and try to sound black, but he pretty much is pretty intelligent. He doesn't talk ghetto. He doesn't sound ignorant. He's not ratchet. He doesn't come from the hood. He's very intelligent. And I do respect that. Even though he's a different flavor of black, he's not FBA. He's still black people. Okay. I voted for him the first time, didn't vote for him the second time, but I can say that, yeah, I appreciate the fact that he comes off as intelligent and he's not an embarrassment to the black community. All right. I have family members who know him on a first name basis, and two of which have been in the White House. Good Lord. I lost count. I think it's 1, 2, 3, at least it was 3 or 6. I can't remember, and it's because of certain reasons. But I think they were there at the White House 6 times. And they said that Barack and Michelle are just like down-to-earth great people. And then my Uncle Bob helped him when he was running for Senate in Chicago. He used to talk to him in the grocery store and stuff, and helped him to become the first black senator from the state of Illinois. I do believe he was the first one. So overall, he's a good guy, and he's intelligent. But then Jasmine Crockett, who's from St. Louis, she's ignorant and not appropriate. And she can speak intelligently, and then she can sound like she's straight out of the hood. And to me, it's childish, it's ignorant, it's an embarrassment, it's shameful, and it's disparaging to black women. It does not lift up, it doesn't promote, how to say, I don't know the words to put into my mouth to make this sound right. She's not uplifting the reputation of black women, okay? She doesn't stand for all black women. My mom doesn't act or talk like that. My wife doesn't act or talk like that. She's FBA. Black as black can be, okay? My daughters, all right? My sister, okay? And we're traditional black families. We don't act like that. And we were taught you don't ever talk like ghetto in public. That's for being silly at home on Thanksgiving or whatever, but not when you're in Congress. And so I think that maybe Barack Hussein Obama cannot get on the bandwagon with Jasmine Crockett and be associated with somebody who acts that ghetto. Do you think that's why he didn't endorse her? I don't know. Let me know. But anyway, tell me what you think of my theory that went kaput. I just wanted to share that with you. It was a little sloppy, but like I said, I'm just sharing my thoughts. Apparently the last ghetto Jasmine Crockett video I did, it upset two people unsubscribed. I need a tissue. I lost 2 subscribers, y'all. I'm down to 9,920. So 2 whiny ghetto liberals jumped off the bandwagon because they didn't like me talking about. I always get a few unsubscribers when I talk bad about the ghetto Jasmine Crockett, which makes no sense because these are Tiffany Henyard watchers. They were here for me to dog out Tiffany Henyard every step of the way. But the minute I say something bad about Jasmine, the ghetto ratchet, ghetto queen Crockett, they get upset and they unsubscribe. Make that make sense. That's all I got to say about that. This is Carlton. I'm out.